Hello and welcome to the Pretty Good Gaming Daily Triple. That's your no shit gaming news video. 3 news stories in one video with zero faff. There is a war going on behind the scenes between video game publishers to put out the most outrageous, offensive, or just downright bizarre monetization models possible. The top spot in the race to be the worst publisher normally flip-flops between EA and Activision, but occasionally Ubisoft sneaks its way in, and the company has done just that with its arcade racing game Trackmania. The game is a reboot of the franchise being developed by Ubisoft Nadeo in Paris that was set for release in May but has been delayed to July 1st. The game will operate on a free-to-play business model with some additional features being available through a subscription. The thing is, Ubisoft claimed that it's not a subscription, then immediately went on to describe exactly what a subscription is. The free version of the game, called Starter Access, will get you access to the game with a roster of 25 tracks, which rotate out on a quarterly basis, as well as a trial of user-generated track, replay, and skin editors. Because Ubisoft's monetization is never simple, there are 2 more separate tiers to the subscription. The $10 tier, known as Standard Access, will give you a year of full access to track, replay, and skin editor features, as well as daily competitions, and every track of the day and official track will be permanently available. Then for $30 a year, or $60 for 3 years, you get Club Access. Club Access allows players to join their favorite clubs to access exclusive content and activities such as skin customization, special campaigns, online rooms, training tracks, and competitions. They can also create their own club to share their creations and organize events. Players can participate in the Open Grand League, organized by Ubisoft Nadeo, and try to qualify for the Trackmania Grand League. But the kicker with all this is that it's apparently not a subscription, at least according to one Ubisoft rep. The comment was made to the forum Mania Planet in response to a comment asking for a lifetime purchase option. And you just know it's going to be good if it starts with, actually, quote, actually, it's not a subscription model, but an access to the game for a limited time. You have to pay for having access to the game for one period, and that's it. When the time is over, you have to buy the game again for the time you want to access it again. After this comment from Opposite Land, managing director of Ubisoft Nadeo, Florent Hillis Castelnerac, then backtracked and said that this is a subscription model. On Twitter, he said, yes, it is a subscription, and that's not the point. And he gave a link to an extended comment. The link is in the description if you want to go read the full thing for yourself. His comment explains the studio's reasoning behind an annual subscription-based model as opposed to DLCs, microtransactions, yearly sequels, or monthly subscription. He explained that a lifetime subscription would be a treacherous line to walk because then they'd have to define how long they intend to support the game, but at this point it's unclear and 3 years seems like a good ballpark to them. So just to clarify, Trackmania does run on a subscription system. You can get a limited access free version, you can get a paid expanded access version for a year for $10, you can get a paid full access version for a year for $30, or $60 for 3 years. See Ubisoft, that really wasn't so hard, was it?
All too easy.
Is this a reasonable price for a subscription model, or would you rather just pay a flat fee once and get the game? Comment below with your thoughts. And next up, The Last of Us Part 2 has been very controversial over the past few weeks, and the conversation around it has been rather unpleasant. However, regardless of your thoughts of how good or bad the story or gameplay is, or the studio's dodgy work practices, one thing I'm sure that most people can get behind is game accessibility. This has been a tricky topic of discussion a few times in the past because it's much more than just game difficulty, and involves making things physically more playable for people who otherwise wouldn't be able to enjoy certain games. With The Last of Us Part 2, Naughty Dog is setting new precedents for how to make your games playable for as many people as possible. Lead game designer Emilia Schatz and game designer Matthew Gallant spoke to The Verge all about their new accessibility options. The first game had 5 difficulty options and a few features which could be switched on and off in the settings, but Part 2 goes many steps further with 60 different accessibility features. These features can vary across many different options. Visibility options such as high contrast or colorblind modes which more clearly distinguish between enemies and allies. Audio options such as a text-to-speech function which will turn all menu text into an audio clip. A couple of things I personally really appreciate are adjustable subtitles and text sizes, as well as fully remappable controls, which is a rare find in console games. There are also simpler ones which your controller may thank you for, like switching button spamming QTEs to holding the button down. Schatz stressed that this is not about dumbing a game down or making it easy. What do our players need in order to play the game in parity with everyone else? Apparently, the intention of including as many accessibility options as possible was something that the team strived for from the outset. Matthew Gallant said, "We absolutely had to plan these features in early production. It was absolutely critical. We couldn't have done this if we hadn't from the outset said this is a priority. Even if the game is trash, which it may well be, the effort to make the game as accessible as possible for people who otherwise wouldn't be able to play it is certainly admirable. Although it could be argued that this is just a means to make more people buy the game and therefore earn more money." Many outlets and YouTubers have previews out now which discuss the sections shown in Sony's State of Play stream and have praised the stealth, especially on high difficulties, which tells me that these accessibility options haven't sacrificed the game's challenge if you want that slightly slightly harder experience. Will you be making use of any of these features? Increased text size is enough for me, but what about you? Let me know down below. And finally, a number of gaming events have been postponed or cancelled as a result of the current situation unfolding in cities across the US. Yesterday I covered how Sony postponed its PS5 game reveal event, and other game publishers have followed a similar path. CD Projekt was preparing to host its Night City Wire livestream, which was set to air on the 11th of June and be filled with details of Cyberpunk 2077. The statement posted to Twitter reads, "We decided to move Night City Wire to June 25th. We still look forward to sharing new information about Cyberpunk 2077, but more important discussions are happening right now and we want them to be heard. We wholeheartedly stand against racism, intolerance, and violence. Black Lives Matter." Activision has also decided to delay the launch of its new seasons for Call of Duty Warzone, Mobile, and Modern Warfare. It claimed that, right now it's time for those speaking up for equality, justice, and change to be seen and heard. Humble Bundle has also set aside a $1 million fund to provide support for games being published by black developers. And that's it for today. If you like this no shit format, go ahead and give the video a like to give it a boost, hit subscribe and the bell to stay notified about all future installments. Toss a coin to your YouTuber over at patreon.com/prettygoodgaming. I've been Henry Cooper. That's all for today. Bye for now.